Alright, I should be good to go now. I don't think I forgot anything. No, I should be good. Alright. Game volume's good. My mic actually... No, my mic's fine. Yeah, I'm doing a different thing here where I have my mic a little bit closer, because I noticed on Discord calls, my mic is like really quiet, so I'm kind of having it, like setting a new standard where I have my mic like way closer. And so I want to make sure that's like not too loud. It actually might be a little loud. Because when I start getting into it, I'm going to start talking a little bit louder. And I don't want to be like screaming into the mic. That's probably a good volume. It's better to be too loud than too quiet though, so I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Alright, test that out. Okay. Test. That should be fine. Okay, test that out one more time. That should be good. Okay, cool. Alright. Guess let's get into this. Start. Also, I didn't, like... I mean, I was gonna say I didn't double check if I'm on a valid emulator or not, but I can't really double check because it doesn't like list the allowed emulators, so I just kind of assumed that any emulator was allowed. So it's not that I didn't do it, it's just that I like couldn't do it. I mean, I could have posted on the forum and asked if it was okay first, but this was kind of like a decision I made like a couple hours ago. I was like, hey, I kind of want to do this tonight. I mean, I decided like yesterday I wanted to do this, but I wasn't sure when I was going to do it, so I kind of didn't really have much time to prepare, so let's just hope this emulator is valid. I'll just ask in my submission, so. But, no, this should be okay. Yeah, let's play that.
Alright, hi everyone. Welcome to my Kid Icarus tutorial.
Okay, that's actually louder than my own voice. I'm going to turn that down a little bit.
So this is going to be a speedrun tutorial for beginners. I'm going to assume that you've played Kid Icarus before and that you know some of the very basic stuff, like you know the controls and maybe some of the stage layouts.
I know the controls.
But the idea is that maybe you've played the game before and now you're thinking about giving the speedrun a try. That's who this is for. My plan is to just kind of go through the game from start to finish, and I'll explain things as we get to them. And it's a really cool speedrun. We get to do some interesting things. There's going to be some sequence breaking. It's a hard game, and it's going to take a lot of practice, but I'm making this tutorial because I'm hoping that some more people will give it a try. It can be a lot of fun if you put some practice into it.
Cool. Sounds fun.
Alright, so let's get started. One of the first things you're going to notice on this stage is that I might get hit once or twice from some of these enemies here. That's perfectly fine. There's...
Okay, hold on.
One of the first things you're going to notice on this stage is that I might get hit once or twice from some of these enemies here. That's perfectly fine. There's a chalice that we're going to get about halfway through the level, and it's...
Okay, I'll follow what he does. So far it looks like nothing crazy. Oh, that jump was not far enough, okay.
It's going to completely fill up our health. So what that means is you really don't want to slow down here to avoid damage.
Okay, so you want to so you want to still kill things as you go if you can, but you don't want to be too concerned about your health, I guess is what he's saying.
So what that means is you really don't want to slow down here to avoid damage. Just go as fast as you can. If you get hit a couple of times, it's not really going to matter.
Okay, so don't grab that.
Alright, so climb, climb, climb. Take this path to the right.
Take the right path, okay. I didn't want to go in there. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Here, I'm just gonna, for the sake of not dying, just grab that. I won't do that in an actual run, but... just do that for the sake of now.
wrap you around to the left side of the screen, and if you climb really fast, you can actually despawn a Reaper that would usually appear up here by the chalice.
Okay, so grab that chalice. Oh, this is definitely something I'm gonna have to get the hang of, because if you don't jump quite like very high, but like just high enough, you can reach the platform without like having to watch like Pit falling down. Like I can just reach up, just barely reach it.
So I just got the chalice. We want to be careful with these jumps over here. So go as fast as you chalice. We want to be careful with these jumps over here. So go as fast as you are comfortable with, but be a little bit careful. I should mention that there's another chalice on the way pretty soon. It's going to be at the beginning of stage 1-2. So if you get hit by these Reapers, or if you get hit by the little Repettes that they spawn, it's not going to matter too much, as long as you make it to the next chalice in one piece. Alright, so this amount of health, finishing the level, is perfectly fine.
Okay. So there's not really much, from what I understand, to take note of. I just need to... take the right path, and don't care too much about getting hit and grab the chalice. That's really it. Okay, my mic is like still not loud enough. I thought I needed to turn it way down. I guess not. Okay, that should be good. Alright, what am I doing? I'm playing the video game. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? Something else that I completely didn't even think of, I just now realized it just now, is I could have put, my, like, gamepad inputs on my layout, but because this emulator does it for me already, I don't even need to do that. Thank you, emulator. Very cool. Okay, cool. I'll wait for the animation. Okay.
And that's it for stage 1-1.
I have full health. Don't even need to worry about that.
So before I start stage 1-2, I want to quickly mention something. The way that I'm recording this tutorial is I'm recording each stage separately, and then I'm going to stitch them all together at the end. What this means is that you might sometimes notice that I start a level with a different amount of hearts or health or points than what I had finishing the previous one. I don't think that's really going to affect anything, but I just thought I would mention it here.
Cool.
So here on stage 1-2, there's a few things we need to talk about. I'm going to kill a couple of enemies first, and...
Yeah, because I know this level is when you actually have to grab the power upgrade. This is probably when it becomes a little bit more complicated than just going through the level. I'm going to kill
a couple of enemies first, and get a couple of hearts, and I'm going to pause here so we can talk about it. So when you pause, the game shows you a few different things. The first thing you see at the top, it says total. It's 2,500 right now. That's the number of points that I got on stage 1-1. And then underneath it, the score is showing how many points I've gotten on this stage so far. And at the end of the level, it's going to tally up all.
Are you following me?
Oh, I have my game covering up the ball alert. I can't pronounce that. Well, actually, I can pronounce some of it. I'm rusty at Japanese. I'm trying to remember what that first character is pronounced. Rupan, I think? I can't remember if that was how you pronounce the first character, but thank you for the follow.
Points, and it adds the score to the total, and that becomes our new total. Which is kind of weird. It's different from the way most games do points. But the reason I'm talking about this is kind of weird. It's different score to the total, and that becomes our new total. Which is kind of weird. It's different from the way most games do points. But the reason I'm talking about this is because there are health upgrades that we can get throughout the game, and when we get to 20,000 points, we'll get our first health upgrade. That'll take us from 1 bar of health to 2 bars. Later in the run, we'll probably get the 50,000 upgrade. We probably won't get the last 2 upgrades, but there they are anyway. All right, so back to the pause screen. I think we're gonna try to get that.
Oh, you want to get the health upgrade? I didn't even consider that. So you do want to kill a couple of things.
In stage 1 to 3. But what's a little bit more immediate, what I want to talk about for 1-2 is we're going to try to get a strength upgrade. So you see that it shows
I know that
arrow
much.
icon next to our strength. So let's talk about this. Stage 1-2 and stage 2-1 are the 2 places where I want us to get strength upgrades. Now, in addition to the score that we just talked about, the game kind of has another separate hidden score on these levels. As we kill enemies, collect hearts, and try to avoid damage, you rack up these invisible points that the game doesn't show you.
Yeah, I do know about that.
And then near the end of the stage, when you go in a certain door,
I've played this game casually a few times,
there's
so
a guy
I know
there that will give you a strength upgrade
sort of
if
how
you've
it
gotten
works.
enough of these invisible points. Basically, what this means for us is in stage 1-2, it can be worth it to actually slow down and kill enemies and slow down to pick up hearts, rather than just going as fast as we possibly can. So that when we get to the door, we get the strength upgrade. Just a quick note here about point values. Enemies in this game can be grouped into small, medium, and large categories, and the hearts can also be thought of as small, medium, and large. For stage 1-2, we're probably going to focus the most on trying to kill those medium enemies and picking up the medium hearts. And these are just some of the common enemies in those groups. You can figure out the other enemies based on what kind of heart they drop.
That's at least easy to remember.
Alright, so I'll talk about this a little bit more while I'm playing, but main thing to take away from that is on this stage, I'm going to slow down a little bit to kill groups of enemies. I still want to go as fast as I can, but
did he ever say what the how many of the points that you need to get the upgrade?
Getting hearts.
Maybe you'll say that later.
It's really important. You can usually group them together on the left side of the screen or the right side of the screen. Every time I kill one of those or pick up their heart, it's getting me these invisible points. It's also getting me ordinary points, so that's good too. Okay, so we're on our way. This Reaper sometimes will see you and sometimes won't. Either way's fine. You know there's a chalice right up here, so grab that if you need to.
Okay.
Just gonna keep on going here. Kill that. And we're on our way. There's another Reaper up here, so we'll be a little bit careful. You could kill the Reaper if you want to. I'll usually try to skip that one at least and just move on.
I might.
Be very
I might, when I first start running, I might kill that Reaper for safety, just because it gives you a lot of points. Because it gives you like 500, I think.
Careful
and
about
another
this
500 for the heart.
Especially this platform right here. I'm gonna stop for a moment to talk about it.
I might do that. I'll have to figure it out when I start running.
2 things you have to be careful with ice. Of course, number 1, it's slippery. For some reason, this platform especially, I think because of the amount of momentum you get, it's easy to underestimate your momentum and just go flying off the edge. The second thing that you have to watch out for with ice is if you try to duck, you're going to fall through it. So don't do that if it's going to drop you into a hole. Okay, let's move on. Be careful with these jumps here. Should be another group of 4 enemies coming. Usually you can group them together if you stay on this little platform.
I should be save stating for every level. Well, actually, can I even hold that many save states? Save state. I have load state from. Is that gonna open a file? No, it's gonna open a file. I don't want that. Save state, load state, use save slots. Okay, so I got 10. Which, how many levels are there in this game? There's 4, and then another 4, and then, okay, yeah, that's too many. I can't really do a save state for every level then. So that'll be kind of weird to try to practice individual levels. I can't really have that many save states. I wonder how I'm going to do that then. Maybe I'll just have one for each individual world. I mean, I don't have to have one for stage 1, obviously, because I can just start a new game for that. But that's still too many levels. I can't have that many save states. So I wonder how I'm gonna handle that. I don't know. Well, I'll make one. Where am I at? I'm at state 1, so I'll save one here. Save state. Okay, I'm still at the beginning of the level, so that's good. I'll just do them for every level for right now. Or at least I'll do it for every world. Because, like, the levels aren't super long or anything. I'll probably not do them for, like, the really short levels. Because... 3... That's still 12 levels. I can almost do one for every level. So I'll skip like a couple short ones that I don't really need to practice that much. So I'll make a state for that, for this level.
Try to kill all 4 and get the hearts. Hearts are also useful, by the way, because later on we might want to buy something. Use the hearts as currency.
I'll have to probably just get a feel of what enemies to kill here.
A lot of what we've done so far, I've said it doesn't matter if you get hit, because there's a chalice on the way. But we've already passed the 2 chalices that this stage offers, so I would rather not get hit too much here. But we're fine. We took 1 little hit, but everything's fine. Get up here, stop and kill these things if you want to, if they're in your way. Once you get up to here, I want to mention there's 2 different ways you could go. You could jump up this way, or you could wrap around the screen. Oh, I almost got hit there. Wrap around the screen and hop up here. Either way, it takes about the same amount of time, whichever one you're more comfortable with. So this is the door. You notice I skipped all the other doors that we've seen so far.
Okay, I'll practice up to there. I need a load state hotkey. Load state, hotkeys. Do I have a hotkey thing? I have hotkeys. I can shift F whatever to save to a certain slot, so that's a good hotkey to have. And then load from, okay, so F1. Yeah, there we go. Oh, wait, what? Why am I here? This is stage 1-1. Oh, here we go. Why was it F2? Oh, that's 0. Okay, okay. That's weird. I'll probably have this one be F1, actually. So I'll do that, and then I'll... There we go. Really bad. Grab that chalice for now. I know missing shots also lowers the counter that I'm trying to bring up right now. I'm pretty sure anyway. I don't know by how much though. Missing shots and getting hit, I think, decreases the counter. I'll probably kill this Reaper. Now, when he sees you, is he invincible? Is the thing I'm wondering. Because it seems like I can only ever kill him when he doesn't see me. And he also doesn't flicker when I shoot him when he's active. So I'm kind of curious about that. I won't kill this one because I killed the last one, so that I shouldn't need to kill this one. Whoa, okay. Oh, hold up. It's... Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember which one was save and which one was load. I know you have to use shift for one of them. It's save you want to use shift for. Ooh. I probably didn't need that Chalice. But obviously when I first start, there's no reason not to just play it safe. That was a good pattern. Is my cursor on the screen? Here, I'll just move it away. I wonder if it'd be better to kill the next Reaper after this one. Actually, it'd probably be better for now, if I want to be safe, to kill this one, because there's a Chalice right there. So it's not really risking anything as long if I can actually grab it. Oh god, the ice sucks in this game. I already have plenty of experience with that in my casual playthroughs. It's the worst. Okay. Oh god, can you make this jump? You can, okay. I don't know if I want to go for that in runs quite yet, though. Yeah, it's pretty tight. Okay. There are a couple of Chalices. Getting hit doesn't matter too much. After the Reaper, I'm gonna want to not, or I'm gonna want to not get hit. Oh god, where do I go here? I guess I gotta go that way. Kill this guy. Wait for him to turn around. Oh, that was really good. Nice. Oh, I hate the ice in this game so much. Okay. At least it's pretty easy to be safe here. I'm not gonna go for that jump for now. I'll practice it. Jesus Christ. Like, you have no really real way to tell what momentum, like, or how much momentum you have when you're on the ice. Like, the physics are just like, it feels completely the same, but like just suddenly have momentum build up and there's like, the game doesn't tell you anything. No, oh no! No signal that you have momentum built up. Whenever I actually finish this level. But I still have yet to see if I am getting enough for the upgrade. Probably actually, like, aim to be on the left of the screen when I get there, so I can be closer to the edge. Oh, yikes. Grab that Chalice. And if I die there, it's not too big of a deal because it's like at the beginning of the run, so. Oh, okay. You seriously saw me? I guess I did kind of go in front of him. Oh my god. How am I dying already? Gotta be careful. I'm not even trying to do it fast or anything. I'm just trying to get to the end of the level. Honestly, all I'll have to do is just practice this level for a bit. And see, like, how few things I can kill and still comfortably be able to get the upgrade. I was kind of hoping to not get seen here. No! I just want to get to the end. Come on. Also, I'm not sure when I should practice, like actually like practice the levels a bunch. Because before I start doing runs, I'll probably practice all the levels, like do them a couple times. I wonder how many times I'm gonna die in my first run. Because this isn't exactly an easy game. I played it a few times, so it's not too bad for me anymore, but... I'm also used to playing the game with all the... Wow, I'm so bad. I'm also used to playing the game with all the strength upgrades, so playing it with only 2 of them is gonna be a little bit out of my comfort zone, but... I'm pretty sure I pressed the shoot button. At this point, I just literally just want to finish the level. This is definitely a good place to have a save state, though. Like, not having one here, this would be a pain to practice without one. And this is going to be a level I'm probably going to want to practice a lot, because I'm going to have to do it a lot in runs, because it's at the very beginning. Okay, I'm doing okay now. There's still one more chalice, so I really don't have to care too much. After this... I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I didn't just hold up and shoot. Just null out my momentum. Okay, are we actually gonna finish time? So I shot a fair amount of things. I didn't shoot, like, everything. I just kind of shot things as I went along, so we'll see if this is good enough. And I believe it resets after every level, so, like, it doesn't matter how well I do on the first level, as long as this level was good. What did I do exactly? Why I did that? Here, I'm just gonna go over here. Okay, I think this is the far- no, this isn't the farthest I've done. I think the farthest I've gotten- why did I do that? I died here. I think these guys killed me because I was at too low of health. Okay, I'm fine. Oh god, these things take so much health away from you. Kinda crazy. Alright, I'm almost at the end. Alright, let's see if we got it. I did not get it. So you gotta be a little more, gotta kill a few more things than that. Also get the hearts more. But, it's okay though. I'd rather... Did that thing just despawn? Anyway, I'd rather kind of learn now how many is too little, rather than just, like, getting a whole bunch and being like, okay, I got it, so I know I got enough, but, like, it's better to know how much is too little, rather than, like, you know... Because obviously if you get a ton, then you're gonna get it. Better to learn from failing than to just be like, oh, I got enough, so I can move on. Like, no, I gotta kind of learn. So, gotta do this level over, but it's okay. So I'm still learning. Ugh. Well, I guess I gotta actually focus on shooting things, don't I? Specifically the bigger things. Also, I killed the Reaper and I still didn't get it, which is interesting. So I think I'm definitely gonna to kill the Reaper in my first runs, because if I killed that thing and still didn't get it, then yeah, I'm not quite comfortable enough with this yet. Skip the Reaper. Did that just clip through the block? I love this game. It's so good. Well programmed. To be fair, this is NES days. What? I clipped through it so many times. Oh, what was that sound? But no, even for NES days, I think this game was maybe not programmed the best. Because, I mean, Mega Man existed at the time. And while I feel like Mega Man 1 hasn't really aged that well, it's still, you know... Okay, I still didn't get it. What? But no, I think technically it holds up better than this game, personally. Okay, I think I still didn't focus enough on killing things. I need to really, like, kill things to be able to get it. And I don't gotta do it over and over and over to get it down, just enough to where I can kind of understand. Okay, kill those. I'm gonna want to try to sort of keep a mental note about how many things I've killed. It still hasn't said like how many points you actually need to get it, so I don't really know what I'm aiming for. But maybe I'll say eventually. Okay, that was good. Wow, okay. But yeah, like he was saying, I kind of want to get him in groups here, and also I want to focus on getting the bigger ones, if I can. I really needed one there, like, at some point. Okay, that's good. Okay, I need to kill at least some of these, please. Like... Yo, what's up, Yisk? Kid... What does that even say? Kid... Bibutris? Oh, I didn't even notice you said Kid Bicarus. That would be why there's an extra B in there. Sup? I'm doing pretty good. Okay, the Reaper straight up just didn't spawn there. I almost did that. Momentum's funky in this game. Okay. I killed quite a few of those. Hopefully that was enough. Wonder how random that platform pattern is. Kill a couple of these. I think I killed a few more things than last time. Let's hope this is it. Oh, I can kill some of these things. If I can. Or I'm just gonna die. Okay, let's not do that. I still didn't get it? Apparently you need to kill a lot of things. I'm actually gonna stop to kill things. I don't want to go in here. I don't want to go in here. I don't want to try buying from you, mostly because, I mean, first of all, it's slow, and second of all, I have not anywhere near enough money to buy anything. Try not to take too much damage anymore. Why did you fall down there? What a cool video game. Last time I just straight up didn't spawn. This time I just spawned midair. Okay. I think I just barely made that. Nice. Yeah, this is... I don't know in this game. It might be on, Nintendo Switch Online, but I'm actually not... I don't remember if this game was on there. I don't even have an HDMI capture card anyway, so even if I did play it on there, I couldn't record it. Did I get it? Yes, I got it. Cool. It was on there? Okay. Maybe I'll get a capture card at some point, and then I'll run on that. Probably isn't any slower.
Go in here. Okay. You see this guy, he's happy to see us because we got enough of the invisible hidden points. We killed lots of stuff, we got lots of hearts. He gives us the strength upgrade. So I'm gonna pause here, and you see that now we have 2 little arrow icons next to strength, so we're twice as powerful as before. By the way, when I unpause, he's gone, but that's fine. I wanna say that if you come in here, and he's not here to greet you, and he's not here to give you the strength upgrade, it means you didn't get enough points, and you really just need to reset the run.
Yeah,
just reset, start over from scratch. Because this strength upgrade is really essential, and we only get this one shot at getting the strength upgrade in this level. Because once we leave this door, we can't come back in. So, if he's not here, reset, try to kill more enemies next time. We're right near the end of this stage.
At least it's at the beginning.
A lot of times this Reaper won't see you.
Or at the beginning of the...
Well, since I said that, the Reaper saw me. But that's fine.
End of the level.
And now we start stage 1-3.
Okay, I'm gonna make a... save state.
Which is one of the hardest stages in the whole game.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we finished stage 1-2. We got the strength upgrade there.
The stage is pretty hard.
Before we go any further in this stage, I'm right at the beginning, and I want to show you my health is not full. And something that might be a good idea for you, especially if you're a beginner, is take an intentional death.
Yeah.
If I scroll the screen high enough and drop down, it kills me. The reason I'm doing that, it's going to fill up my health. Back in the game with full health. It doesn't...
I'm pretty sure even high-level runners do this sometimes, so I'm definitely going to go for that.
Really hurt anything. It just takes a few seconds to do it. Just jump up here, and you're dead. So I would recommend you do that at the beginning of stage 1-3. There's some other stages where you might want to do that also. Really, you could do it at the beginning of any stage, just some of them it takes longer. Alright, so... in this stage, we don't have to worry about the strength upgrade or any hidden points or anything like that. But remember, I did talk about health upgrades. So I'm going to pause for a moment. Let's take a look at this. It looks like my total is 14,300, and my current score for this level is 900. So let's look at this. Remember I said that if we get to 20,000, we're going to get a health upgrade. We're going to have 2 bars of health. Right now we have 1 bar. It's what the game is showing as endurance. So I want to get to 20,000 by the end of this level. So let's just keep an eye on that as we play the level. We'll try to kill some enemies, try to get points. So at the beginning of this level, I said that it's one of the hardest levels, and I think what makes it so hard is that we don't have the health upgrade yet. So we have very little health to work with. Alright, I'm gonna kill these, get some points. So I am gonna slow down a little bit to get points, but I think it's gonna be worth it for a beginner to get this health upgrade before we go any further in the game. I like to take this right path. If you take this right path here, you don't have to worry about any of those weird tentacle thorn things or whatever they are. We will have to deal with some of them later in the stage, but at least we don't have to do those ones. Alright, you could wrap around here. I think that helps to get up on this platform safely. You might be able to make that jump, but I'm just going to wait and play it safe. Jump up here. Jump up here if you feel like it's safe. If you don't, you can just wait a cycle. And let's go. If you get to here with as much health as possible, I think that's really going to help you, because we have some tough stuff coming up. A lot of times in this area, if you just keep moving, you'll be alright. I think, you know, I'd rather not stop.
So far, the route through the level actually doesn't matter as much as I thought it would. It's mostly just about managing your points and everything. That'll probably change later on in the run, but World Run seems to be mostly just about managing points.
Oh, maybe I should mention that to get that harp, I did a little hop. I think that that's a good way to do it, is do a small hop pretty late. It helps because it'll turn these...
Were you supposed to grab that?
A lot of times in this area, if you just keep moving, you'll be alright.
The harp, or does it not matter?
You know, I'd rather not stop to deal with them. Oh, maybe I should mention that to get that harp, I did a little hop. I think that that's a good way to do it, is do a small hop pretty late. It helps because it'll turn these snakes into mallets.
I guess since it's in the way of where you're going to go, it doesn't really matter that much.
So, we have to be careful on these things. These jumps are really bad.
May as well get
these, whatever they are, I call them thorns. They have really big hitboxes. I'm going to stop here just to talk about it. I like to position myself right in the middle, do a vertical jump, and that helps. On this one, you can kind of lean over the edge a little bit, like, kill these. Lean over a little bit, and vertical jump and hold right. Vertical jump, hold left. Position myself in the middle, vertical jump, hold right. Vertical jump, hold left. Lean over the edge, vertical jump. It takes practice. They're really bad. If this thing notices you, it's not that big of a deal. When I get here, I like to wrap around to the right. I'm killing that Reaper thing first, because they cause a lot of lag, so I like to kill them first. I like to wrap around, get up on these platforms, and get up here quickly. Once you're up here, usually you're going to find that you have to wait for this platform to come back. So that's fine, we'll wait. There's a Reaper coming up. If you do a full jump here, sometimes you can get the Reaper to fall through the floor. Didn't fall through that time, but
yeah, that's what happened.
Either way is fine. This Reaper is gonna be up on a platform here. It's kind of up to you if you want to take this area slowly and try to not be detected by that Reaper, or if you just want to go quickly, get spotted, and then deal with the enemies that spawn. Alright, so let's sneak past.
I'll probably do that.
There's one more Reaper coming up that I'm going to try to jump over. Might get seen here, but let's try not to. Oh, we got spotted. That's fine, just get in quickly, and usually they won't hit you. And here it is, we got 20,000, getting that health upgrade.
Okay, so I'll try that out. Basically just do the same thing I did last level. And try to kill enough things, basically. Except I have to kill a lot because my points are not very high. And I believe I did save state that. Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm gonna do the thing where you die. I'm gonna save state again. Nice. It's nice that those things are a one-shot with the strength upgrade. Also, I don't have to focus on... Well, the hearts do help, I suppose. Because they still give me more points. Thanks. Okay, just don't die. God, so I gotta get... like, 12? Yeah, 12,000. Or no. Yeah, 12,000. In this one level. So I might do the game over again. And try to get more points. Because I killed basically, like, nothing in the first level. Hadn't considered the points. Okay. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Because we're still pretty early on in the level, so... I guess there's just more things to kill in this level, so you can get there faster. Oh, didn't he say go... to the right there?
Around, get up on these platforms, and get up here quickly.
Wait,
once you're up here...
I don't think I'm that far yet. No, I'm not that far yet.
Take left.
I'm not up to these things yet.
I think that's turn these things. These maybe
where am I?
That jump, but I'm just gonna wait and play it safe. Jump up here. Jump up here if you feel like it's safe.
Yeah, go to the right there. Actually, how much does it... I think it depends on just where the platform is, because if it's on the left, then it would be faster to go to the left. Right there, and it doesn't really take any more time. Ooh, there's no chalice in this level, is there? Ugh, okay. Yeah, I might have to do this level a couple times. I believe it's a longer level than 1-2, and it's harder, like way harder. Just drop my input. Good. At least for points, you can actually check how many you have. Slow though, but you can do it. Okay, so I want to be at like 12. Looks like you just cannot take too many hits. Okay. 12, huh? I'll probably make new save states. I don't think you need these mallets. It's better to just shoot them for hearts, I think. I think I can take 2 more hits. Yeah. I love how I say that right before I get hit. Oh. Oh. Didn't want to do that. I'm actually going to reset that. I want to kill that thing. I want to make sure I kill that thing. That helps a lot. Actually, I might reset just so I can. But I think I'm pretty low on points right now. How many does he get?
20,000. I want to get to 20,000.
Jesus Christ, he's at way more than I am. I might reset as much as I don't want to, so I can have a better amount of points. Just make all new save states. Okay. I forgot, for this first level you don't really want to slow down. But you still want to kill as many things as you can. Should probably try killing these things, because he said they lag the game a lot. Okay. I can hit save state. It's been a half an hour and I'm still on World 1. Actually, it's been more than a half an hour, I think. But it's also, I think this world is kind of difficult to learn because you have to worry about the strength upgrade. This platform sucks with the momentum. But yeah, so from what I understand, you kind of have to kill a lot of things here. I should probably take it slow in my first rounds until I kind of get used to it. Again, I'm so glad this is at the beginning of the run. There's another upgrade you have to get later on, but I don't think that one's as hard to get. It's towards the beginning of the level, so I don't think you need as many points for that. I think it's more straightforward to get that one. Now I gotta wait for the platform. I wonder if you can consistently make this cycle. Or if it's just random. I think all the cycles in this game are on global cycles. But I'm not positive. It feels like it. How many points do I have? That puts me at a better amount of points. Actually, I think the number of points kind of correlates to how many of the like invisible points that you have. I didn't get it well. And you need, he never said how many you need, so, I mean, unless he did at the beginning when he was explaining.
By the end of look, stage 1, 2. And now we start stage 1, 3, which is...
Because, yeah, he didn't say at the end.
Their fronts and getting away from that, the other enemies, the heart, worth it. End of the kind of icon next to our strength. So let's talk about this. Back to the pause screen. I think we're gonna try to get that health upgrade in stage 1, 3. But what's a little bit more immediate, what I want to talk about for 1, 2, is we're gonna try to get a strength upgrade. So you see that it shows one little arrow icon next to our strength. So let's talk about this. Stage 1, 2, and stage 2, 1 are the two places where I want us to get strength upgrades. Now, in addition to the score that we just talked about, the game kind of has another separate hidden score on these levels. As we kill enemies, collect hearts, and try to avoid damage, you rack up these invisible points that the game doesn't show you. And then near the end of the stage, when you go in a certain door, there's a guy there that will give you a strength upgrade if you've gotten enough of these invisible points. Basically what this means for us is in stage 1, 2, it can be worth it to actually slow down and kill enemies.
Well, here,
slow
okay,
down.
Here, I'm gonna watch it a little bit longer to see if he actually says it here.
So that when we get to the door, we get the strength upgrade. Just a quick note here about point values. Enemies in this game can be grouped into small, medium, and large categories, and the hearts can also be thought of as small, medium, and large. For stage 1, 2, we're probably going to focus the most on trying to kill those medium enemies and picking up the medium hearts. And these are just some of the common enemies in those groups.
Never says how many you
can figure
need.
out the other enemies based on what kind of heart they drop. Alright, so I'll talk about this.
Alright, well, let's just see. Okay, so he has 2,500. Oh, he actually doesn't have that many for 1-1. Okay. So he gets 7,800. So I guess I'm gonna want to aim for like 8,000. That should be enough. I mean, it depends on how many shots I like miss and how many times I get hit, but around 8,000 should be consistently enough, I think. I wish there was a way to just, like, check the hidden score. But no, they gotta make it hidden for some reason. Even though it's, like, kind of essential. But the game's really hard without the strength upgrades. I mean, it's already hard regardless. But it's, like, it's stupid hard without them. I'm assuming anyway. I've never actually played through the game without getting any of them. Maybe I'll do that someday. Be nice to challenge him. Be really hard, but might be able to do it. Especially after I learn the game, because I'll probably be a lot better at it. Actually, that probably should have been something I did before I learned this game, but it's a little late for that now. Because before I learned this, I was kind of debating doing one more casual playthrough on stream, but I was like, nah, I don't really want to do that too much. I'd rather just run the game because I want to do that. But I don't know, maybe I should have done that first. Not that I can't still do it. Okay, this is a good amount. It'll just be easier once I run the game. This is a pretty good amount. There's still more of these flying guys, so that's good. Oh, he spawned. Oh wow, I'm 9,300 now, so that should be plenty. But again, it probably varies. It depends on how many shots you miss, how many hits you take. Oh, please don't die. I thought that was safe. Okay, and I'm still not even at the end of the level yet, so that should be plenty. That definitely puts me at way more points than I had before. I should probably be careful because I don't think there's any more chalices. I'm at the end of the level though. Please kill this guy. Okay, good enough. I see no reason why that wouldn't be enough. Okay, good. I like how once you get that, not only you turn green, but everything turns green. Because I feel like it's, I think it's part of the NES limitations. They can only have a certain amount of colors on screen at once, so it's just like, okay. Okay. So now I have 13,000. That should be a good baseline. Make it pretty easy to get enough. I want to get this guy. Okay. I definitely want to get this guy because this is an easy shot. Oh, I kind of forgot. Forgot to die at the beginning of the level. I was like out of health. Oh god. Probably not a good thing to take a hit that early. Oh, I didn't get that guy. Okay, I'm gonna actually attempt that again. I took a hit and I didn't get the guy I really wanted, so... what? Pretty sure I pressed the shoot button. Okay, let's... Okay, we got him. I shouldn't have gotten those hearts, what am I thinking? There is no chalice in this level, so I should really play it safer. At least missing shots and getting hit doesn't affect the points anymore, because it only affects the invisible points. But for the actual points, which is what I want in this level, doesn't really affect anything. Yikes. Getting a good amount of these guys. That's already really good. I only need like 5,000 more points. Or, yeah, 5,000. Couldn't remember if it was 5,000 or 500. Okay, only took one hit. I got the god frames there. Yikers. What am I at now? Okay, don't need too much more. I want to get some of these guys though, probably. Or maybe not, I don't know. I'm almost at the harp. I'll get those two. Good amount of health. Shouldn't have done that, but those snakes were in the way, so I couldn't really do much about it. Ugh. I didn't want that guy to see me. That's fine, I don't care about the lag. Since I'm only practicing, I'm not trying to do it fast. Okay, so 3. I just need 7,000. Which I don't quite have, because I'm at the end of the level. I might kill this Reaper. Or I don't know. That will definitely bring me to enough, so I'll probably do it. Dang it. Yeah, I think the Reaper gives you 500 points, and that's exactly how much I needed. So you're pretty tight on points in this game. Those are pretty dumb hits to take. Yeah, I might reset that. That's pretty risky to have that low of health. Like I was afraid of, I might actually not have enough time to do actual runs. I might be able to do one run. Because, yeah, I already, like, only have an hour left. And there's still, like, over an hour left. I'm only, like, what, 10 minutes into the tutorial? I still gotta learn the sequence breaks, because there's some sequence breaks in the dungeons. I know some things about this run. I've seen a couple different world records. I know some things. I even know how to do the first one. Or, I mean, I've done it before, I'm pretty sure. I'm just not consistent at it. $3,700? That's actually not much. Need double that. Or at least almost double. Why do these things have to spawn right there? Oh, come on! That's harder than I thought it was gonna be. Now I gotta deal with these things on top of everything. A lot of points though, at least. Oh wow, I'm good. Also nice. I just gotta survive now. I literally just have to survive and I'm good. Nice lag. Don't want you to see me. I really, really don't want you to see me. Of course you saw me. This game is hard. I didn't get hit there at all. Oh my god. That was very scary. I thought I was not gonna make that. Okay, we're at a good amount of points right now. Oh my god. I feel like... I don't know if I want to say that. Because, like, I was gonna say I feel like these first few levels are gonna be, like, take the longest to learn. Because, I mean, I don't know, that might be true. Because these kind of are, like, the hardest levels in the game. From what I remember, the first levels are, like, the hardest ones. Like, the game honestly progressively gets easier. If you ask me. Now, I don't know about in a speedrun, but casually, yeah, the game gets, like, easier as you go on. Like, this level, I'd say, is probably the hardest level of the game. Well, maybe not the hardest. It's up there, for sure. It's, like, top 3 hardest, I'd say. I want to put Dungeon 3 on that list, but yeah, that level's more just annoying than anything. I did not realize there was 2 snakes there. A 2-2 is pretty hard. Especially in a speedrun, I imagine, because from what I remember, the speedrun of that game wraps around and does the entire level on the right side of the screen. So you have to memorize the level to be able to do it fast. That's probably an advanced strat, though. Like, once you get good enough at it. Okay, good amount of points for this point in the level. Dang it. Getting a little bit better at the movement here. $5,000. I just need 2,000 more. Oh jeez, this is actually a really low amount of points. Kill that guy. Cool. That helped me a lot, but I still need another 1,000. I don't know where I'm gonna get that from. Oh, there's another Reaper. Okay, I can do that. At this point, I really don't care. I just want the points and to be able to move on. I need 2,000 or 200 more. Come on, come on, just 200, just 200. That's all I need. Oh my god! Wow, this level's hard. Especially since you actually have to manage your points. What? I think that guy just has to be a specific, like, distance. Can't be too close to him. Okay. Oh, well now I'm at a really good amount of health, or points. Probably need to kill anything, I just need to survive. Please don't die! Grab the harp and rush through the level as fast as I can. Oh my god. How long have I been going for and I'm still at World 1? An hour and 20 minutes. I guess I should have expected as much. I was hoping to be able to finish learning tonight, but that might not happen. It's been a while since I've actually like full-on learned a new game. I kind of forgot how long the process takes. Because like Space Funeral, I didn't really have to learn. Because there's not really much to the run. I mainly just like watched a run. And there was only really a couple things to take note of. I guess Yume Nikki was the last thing I learned, but like, there also isn't that much to that run either. Like, it's pretty simple. So the last games I've actually learned haven't really taken that long to learn, because they're pretty straightforward games, whereas this game is not quite as straightforward. I mean, it's linear, but yeah, the run kind of has a lot to practice. That's the big thing, is that you really have to practice this game, because it's hard. Okay, I just need, like, 1,100. Harp's coming up. Nice, just need 300 more. Good amount of health. Really? Spawned right on top of me. Oh, I hate these things. This is a run you really have to get good at. This is one of those runs that you really just have to get good at the game in general. Not even necessarily just about getting good at the run, it's mostly about getting good at the game, just in general. Because the routing isn't really that complicated, it's just playing the game well, pretty much. Most part. Okay, that guy didn't see me. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Don't see me. Oh, come on. Oh, we're good. About time. Okay, time to move on. And I will practice these levels, but for now, I kind of just want to learn the run. Just die for now. F3. Alright, finally we can move on.
By the way, when I unpause, he's gone, but that's fine. I want to say that if you come in here, and he's not here to greet you, and he's not here to give you
this is back strength up 1-2.
And we only hop up here. A lot of times this...
Turn this down a little bit.
Reaper won't see you. Well, since I said that, the Reaper saw me, but that's fine.
Okay, this is...
And now we start...
Oh, this is 1-3.
Stage 1.
1-4.
But I go, and if you take more than at least here, I'm gonna wait for you in this, you know, a little critical deal. That health upgrade, they won't hit you. And here it is. We got 20,000 getting that health upgrade. So here we are.
So this is the first level where routing actually becomes important, and routing and like tricks.
We're in stage 1-4. This is the first of the fortress or dungeon levels. These are the non-linear levels that can be a little bit like a maze if you don't know your way through. Let's talk about a few things first. We just got the health upgrade, so you see below me that we have 2 bars of health. It's kind of weird that the fortress levels have a different HUD. We have our health at the bottom of the screen. Anyway, we have a max capacity of 2 bars of health, but right now my health is a little bit under halfway. What I'm going to do is go into this first room and do an intentional death. I think that's going to help you on this stage because we want as much health as we can get for the boss fight. This is a beginner tutorial, so, you know, let's try to get as much health as we can before the fight. In fact, if you'd like to, if you're comfortable doing this, towards the end of 1-3, you could try to start taking damage. That way you enter this level with just a little sliver of health, and then go into that next room and die in a single hit. That's up to you. So, I'm doing this tutorial playing on an EverDrive, on a real NES, so I can do save states. So I'm going to make a save state here. I might make some save states later in the level, because there's a couple of things that are tricky that we need to talk about. First of all, there are multiple ways to get through these dungeons. There's the intended route, but that's not what I want to show you. I want to show you the wall clip route. I keep saying that this is for beginners, but I really think that the wall clip route is the best route to learn, even if you're new at this. I think that you're going to be glad that you did. It's basically a trick that's going to let us skip part of this level, and we're also going to be using that trick in stage 2-4 and 3-4, so if you get used to it now, you'll be doing essentially the same trick on all 3 of the fortress levels. Alright, so I'll talk about it more when we get to that room, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. We're not going to be doing the intended route through this stage. Alright, in this room, try to get through taking as little damage as you can. 1 hit is okay. Usually try to take 1 hit or no hits. So we went right, we're going to go right again. These things die in 1 hit. Once you get here,
right and right. I gotta actually take note of the routing here. Did I just move the game? I think it's like not centered. No, it's fine. Okay. So right then right. Nice. I took 2 hits. It's probably fine. And then right.
Go down. I'm gonna kill this enemy, and I want to show you something. See what I just did there?
Oh, I know what he's doing.
did a little ducking while I was shooting. So I haven't talked about this yet. Now's a good time to talk about it.
Yeah, I know exactly what
If you
doing.
just mash the fire button, you shoot at about this rate. I'm kind of pressing it as fast as I can. If you duck in between shots, very brief duck in between shots, you can do a little bit more of a rapid fire.
It cancels the
a little bit tough.
animation. I'm gonna practice that a little bit. That's pretty easy.
That's shooting just a little bit faster than I ordinarily would. I like to do it on enemies like this one. I'm going to leave and come back in and show you. So, you know, it's questionable whether or not that was faster or not, but this is something that I know that I could get a little bit better at.
Pretty good. I think because I run a lot of games with mashing, I run a game with rhythmical mashing. So I should be able to get this down pretty easily.
I'm going to be doing that on the first boss, so I thought I would talk about it now so that when we do it on the boss, it's not a complete surprise. But it's just shoot, duck, shoot, duck, shoot, duck. You're just tapping down very briefly in between shots. All right, in this room, we're going to go down, go here, and duck. In this room, we want to go down again. I like to wait for a moment, drop down, try to avoid that hit. But if you take one hit, it's not a big deal. We build up our health at the beginning of the level. Let me try to show you this again, because we can do this without getting hit. Maybe I'll make a save state. Alright, I'm making a save state here. Let's try to not get hit this time. Just like that. Alright, I'm gonna...
Pretty good. Jeez. Only one hit. I don't know why I didn't get hit earlier. I just like clipped through an enemy. Actually, wait, would you? No, you would jump over that enemy, I think. Okay, and then you go down here.
Show you again since I messed it up once. Come in, wait, and down. That's what I like to do in that room. Okay, so it looks like we're at a dead end. In fact, I need to make a save state, because this is a very important room for us. There's my save state. First thing you want to do, shoot this, jump over to the left, shoot, 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 kill it. Okay? You notice that there are two pots that drop snakes in this room. There's the one underneath me over here, and then there's the one that's up here.
So you want to get that one to
not
not
spawn. The game can
spawn.
only have 4 snakes on the screen at once.
Okay.
So I purposely went over here to the left to trigger this left pot to drop 4 snakes so that when I come over here, this one won't trigger. Okay? I'm going to kill this guy. And now we have no enemies up here with us on the top half of the screen. Lots of enemies on the bottom. That's what we want. We don't want any enemies in our way here, because there's a trick that we're going to try to do, and it's best to not have any enemies in the way. This is important, so I'm going to load the save state and do it again to show you.
I'm actually going to load a save state too.
All right, enter the room,
save a save
shoot,
state.
jump over, kill this guy. We triggered the pot. Come over here, kill this guy. That's how you want to start this room. You don't want snakes coming out of this one for the trick that we're about to try. I'm going to make another save state so we can work on this. And
I probably won't have this be a
what we're
permanent
going
save
to
state. I
do
just want to have it
is
for
we're
right
going
now.
to try to clip through this wall and get to the bottom half of the screen. We want to go down in this room. If you've played Kid Icarus for any length of time, you might have noticed that collision on corners
For any length
is
of
a little
time.
bit janky. See how I can kind of like get myself embedded in the block just a little bit, like that? That's something that I always noticed when I was playing this as a kid. I mean, corners are just a little weird. You kind of get embedded in them a little bit. What I didn't know back then is that we can utilize this to do some nice shortcuts. I'm not sure who originally discovered this. You know, I would give credit if I knew. It certainly wasn't me. I'm not really showing you tricks that I figured out myself. I would give credit if I knew who it was, but unfortunately I don't. But we're gonna do a shortcut here. So, there's a few different things to talk about. First of all, notice that Kid Icarus gives you a lot of variation in the heights of your jumps. So this is what a full jump looks like. I usually pay attention to the front of Pit's front foot to look at what height I'm going. So that's a full jump. I could jump a little bit lower, like that. Or I could do a very short jump like that. That's about the shortest I can do, short hop. There's a lot of in-between, a lot of different height jumps we can make. Okay, so if you look at like the front of Pit's foot, where it's hitting the bricks, there's a lot of little variation in there depending on how hard you hit the button, how long you hold the button when you jump. The trick that we're going to do involves a jump that almost is high enough to get on top of that brick. Like, you know, full height would get you up here. But we're going to do a jump that's about that height. Like, almost enough to get all the way up, but if we try to push left, we would just kind of get stuck in the block a little bit and fall down. That's the height jump that I'm going to want to do. But I'm going to be doing it as a running jump. So I'm going to run from here and jump. Right now, I'll just run and jump and show you. Something like that is how we're going to start off the trick. Okay, so the height of the jump I'm trying to show you is almost high enough to get on top of the brick, but not quite. The second component in the trick is that because it's going to be a running jump, we're going to have to jump from the right spot. Right around here or so is the right spot. When I do this trick, I'll show you it a little. It's going to take you a while to master. In fact, I would say that I have first try, and some runs it might take you a lot of tries. So let me give it a few tries here, and hopefully I can show you the full trick. There it is. Alright, so I did get it on my first try. That doesn't always happen. But we clipped right through the wall. What I'm going to do now, because I have a recording, is I'm going to show you this trick a few times in a row. And maybe I can sort of zoom in and show it to you in slow motion.
Okay. So jump from around here. Just trying to get like a hold of how long I need to hold the button for. Okay, that's a little too long. Do you actually need to turn around? Keep... Do you, like, actually need to turn? Or... Oh, he gets pretty high up on the thing. Okay. So I think I'm not jumping quite high enough. Too low. A little too low still. Yeah, it needs to be right below the top. What I understand, so... Right about there. A little too low. I feel like that should have made it. Unless I'm supposed to turn around and I'm like completely missing a step. Did he explain that?
Through the wall. There it is. Alright, in some runs it might take you a lot. When I do this trick, I'll show you it a little closer. But we're gonna jump from in front of this pillar. This is gonna take you a while to master. In fact, I would say that I haven't mastered it. It might take me some tries here. In some runs, you might get it on your first try. In some runs, it might take you a lot of tries.
It never says turn around.
So let me give it a few tries here, and hopefully I can show you the full trick. There it is. Around here or so, height of the jump I'm trying to show you is almost high enough to get on top of the brick, but not quite. I have to jump from the right spot. I'll show you it a little closer, but we're gonna jump from in front of this pillar.
Oh, actually, what is the precise timing that he has?
It might take me some tries here. In some runs, you might get it on your first try. In some runs, it might take you a lot of tries. In fact, what I'm gonna do...
Okay, he does it by like... He jumps like right there, like right in the middle. A little bit in the front. I think I'm doing it slightly too late. Okay, that was cool. It looks like you do need to turn around though, or else it's not gonna work. So you really do just clip into it. Like there's nothing much else you need to do, you just need to do it. So I think once you get this, or whoops. Once you kind of get like that, and then you're good, you just need to turn around at that point. I think. Well, that was good. Turning around too early. Yeah. Yeah, you need to turn around when you get that. Maybe you don't need to do that. It never says to turn around is the thing. I should have clipped that when I got it. So I can kind of see. I'm still not sure if you're actually supposed to turn around, because he doesn't say turn around. I don't think you... I'm pretty sure you have to. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm gonna click that. Where's the clip button? Where's the clip button? Where's the clip button? Where's the clip button? Can I not clip my own channel? Wait, Alt X? There we go. Okay, I had to show my screen for a little bit. Because I needed to full screen the window. Here we go. Wait, that's just about blank. What? Wait, I just want to clip it. I just opened a blank page. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Can I, like, did they make it so you can't clip your own channel anymore? I don't have a clip button. When I hit Alt X, it just opens up a blank. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's weird. I'll have to do it again. I just got it again. There we go. I don't have a clip button. Shut up, me. Okay, let me see. Oops. I want to see my inputs is the thing. Wait, what? Where? Here it is. So I go... Yeah, it's right in the middle. Yeah, I think if I had held left there, if I continue holding left, I would have just been bumped back out. That's what it looks like anyway. He doesn't say anything about having to hold left though, is the thing.
Slow motion. Right now I'll just run and jump and show you. Something like that is how we're going to start off the trick. Okay, so the height of the jump, I'm trying to show you.
I'm just going to assume, because he doesn't turn around for that.
Why are you following me?
Turning around is actually, like, what you need to do to actually do the thing. Also, yo, hey, it's, I'm going to butcher this. Aliska? Aliska. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, I'm pretty sure turning around is what you have to do. He just didn't like say anything about that, but I'm pretty sure you have to do that. Was the first one right, or was the second one right? Right, but I think I got this trick down. I just need to practice it. Nice. I'm getting, like, way more consistent at that. I mean, I'm still not consistent, but Or at least actually getting it sometimes. Nice. Got the timing pretty good. Nice. Alright, I'll practice that more. But for now, we'll just move on.
Almost high enough to get on top of the... Alright, according, maybe I can sort of... Alright, so now that you've seen the trick a few times, let me discuss it a little bit more. There are basically three components. The first thing that I talked about before I even showed you the trick was jumping to the correct height. So, number one, make sure you can jump not too high and not too low. You want to be almost high enough, like these jumps that I'm doing here. Almost high enough to get up on top of the brick, but not quite. But it's a running jump. So you also need to jump from the right spot, which hopefully you saw, you know, from when I showed it to you in slow motion. You could see where it's leaving the ground, but, you know, right around there. And then the third component of the trick is, as you jump into the brick, you notice that I turn around. And you need to turn around at the right moment.
At least now I know
honestly,
you need to do that.
That is somewhat lenient. Like, when you press right is somewhat lenient. The more important things are you jumping to the correct height, and are you leaving the ground from the right spot? So you leave the ground from the right spot and turn around when you're in the block. We're gonna be doing this trick again in 2-4 and 3-4, although the room layouts will be a little bit different, so we'll have to talk about it a little more then as well. I'm telling you, this trick is going to take a lot of practice, and even after a lot of practice, you should not expect to get it on your first try. But I'm still including it in this beginner tutorial because knowing this trick, it's a great shortcut through this level. It means that you don't have to learn the other half of the level, and you don't have to you don't have to worry about eggplant wizards on this level, which if you've done this game casually, you know what I'm talking about. The eggplant wizards are the worst.
Those are the worst.
There's also some pretty bad spike rooms that we don't want to deal with. So this cuts out a lot of nasty rooms. And since we're going to want to do this trick in 2-4 and 3-4, I think it's best to just learn the trick and do it in all three levels. I'll tell you right now, even though we'll talk about it more later, we're going to do a variation of this trick in 3-4 that's going to let us skip the boss. So that one is going to be the biggest time save out of the 3 wall clips that we're going to do. But I think you should just learn it and do it in all 3 levels. So don't get too frustrated. It takes practice. I'm going to do this just a few more times before we move on. You're going to see me fail at it a few times.
Alright, I can probably skip past that.
Sometimes it's unavoidable. You might land right on top of one of them. But basically, I like to do the trick and get down this ladder. I mean, I've been standing here just because I'm still talking. But if you can avoid taking a hit, that's great. Even if you have to kill a snake that's about to collide with you, taking the time to kill 1 or 2 snakes can be worth it to avoid a hit. Alright, get through and go down. Alright, so let's continue. I will talk about that trick a little more when we get to 2-4 and 3-4. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Duck just showed it in slow motion. The next room is the boss. Let's get down here. I'll usually duck just to make sure I don't get hit by any snakes. Kill this guy. He's in your way, so kill him. And I'm going to make a save state here because we're going to do the boss a few times so I can talk about that.
Oh,
okay,
God,
so this boss is a little tough, and hopefully you got here with a somewhat decent amount of health. You know, maybe you have as much as I have, or maybe you have a little bit less than that.
I have around the same one, I think. What you don't want to do
is you don't want to get here with, like, a sliver of health like you're about to die. Try to get here with some health like this. Maybe I will start by showing you the boss a couple of times, and then maybe I'll talk about it some more, but basically, we're going to try to lock the boss in place. We're not always going to be successful with that. It's a little tricky, but let's go. Go in and see what happens. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to stand just a couple pixels ahead of this pillar, maybe fire a couple of shots. We're going to try to lock him into place and start doing rapid fire.
Oh wow, okay. Come on, move toward me. Please move toward me. Wait, why isn't he moving? I mean, this works too, but like... Yeah, I mean, that works too, I suppose. I don't want him to move toward me, though. Here we go. Wow, I'm right inside of him. Alright, pretty easy. Might do it a couple times, actually. Just to make sure I have it down. Move toward me, come on. What causes him to not move toward me sometimes? There we go. Yeah, it's too far into the room. Wow, it really is as simple as that, huh? Cool. Oops.
Alright. That's the fight. That's pretty much how you want it to go. Didn't take too much damage, but I'm going to show this a couple more times. When you enter, sometimes the boss will be walking towards you, sometimes the boss will jump, sometimes the boss will shoot. It's tough to predict exactly what the boss is going to start doing. We have enough health that we can afford to take a hit by a fireball. It'll be okay. I'm going to walk. There's a few different places you can get him locked in. I like this spot. Alright, looks good. You don't actually have to touch that treasure chest to finish the level, by the way. It'll automatically finish the level in a couple seconds, but I want to show this a few more times. Maybe I'll show you what happens if we don't successfully lock the boss in place. Alright, I enter, try to get to my spot, maybe start firing a couple of shots. Sometimes he won't even start walking right away. You can just like stand here and get some shots in. Alright, so I'm not gonna lock him into place this time. You know, like maybe he hits us and then he like does that sometimes. Sometimes he'll, you know, keep going to the left. If you wind up on this side of him, start firing shots. Follow him, get some shots in. He might wrap around the screen. And then you kind of start over again. You know, maybe you lock him into place, maybe you don't. Follow him.
Interesting.
The main thing is, we tried to get here with that health upgrade and with enough health. You know, that's why I wanted us to get to 20,000 points in level 1-3. Really helps with this boss fight. Let's try it one more time. Took a hit, that's okay. I'm gonna start firing shots right away. Sometimes he doesn't even walk. If you keep doing these rapid fire shots like this, sometimes you do the whole fight that way. Alright, something like that. Again, this is going to take practice. If you have the ability to do save states, I would recommend you do that. Practice the wall clip and the boss fight.
Alright.
So now we start stage 2-1.
Okay, now I have a save state for every level except 1-1.
Which is the first side-scrolling stage of the game. And before we start it, let me just remind you that back in stage 1-2, I said that there were 2 stages in the game where we wanted to get strength upgrades.
Yeah, I think this one's easier.
So here we are, we're at
probably.
stage 2-1, we want to get a strength upgrade. That means we're going to kill enemies, collect hearts, and try to avoid damage, even if it means slowing down slightly. You know, if there's enemies that we need to stop for a moment to kill them, it might be worth it, because towards the end of the level, we're going to go in a door. There's going to be a guy. If we got enough of these hidden points that the game doesn't show us, then we get the strength upgrade, just like in stage 1-2. Now, for stage 2-1, we're going to focus on killing large enemies. Remember that the enemies in this game can be divided into 3 categories, small, medium, and large. So look at the second enemy that I have in the 500 point category. That second enemy down there, it's this rock enemy. They fall from the sky on this level.
Oh yeah, this level has a lot of those
guys.
Every
time we kill one of them, we're gonna get 500 of these hidden skill points.
That's how I did it in my. That's how I do it in my casual playthroughs. I just spam kill a bunch of those rock things.
And also, they drop a large heart, and every time we grab the large heart, we get 500 hidden skill points. So if you kill one, grab the heart, then you just got 1,000 of these hidden skill points. The number that we actually need to get to is 10,000.
Oh, thank you for actually telling me this time.
We get to the door near the end of the level. So if you kill 10 of these rocks and you pick up all 10 of the big hearts they drop, then that should be enough. I'm probably going to recommend that we try to kill a couple extra, maybe get to about 12 of them and 12 hearts, because you know, it'll give us a little bit of a buffer and make sure that we have it, because we're really going to want that strength upgrade. Alright, so let's start the level, and I think what I'm going to do is an intentional death again, because you might get here and you just fought a boss, maybe your life is not really that full, so let's go do an intentional death. I'm going to jump over these snakes and try to get hit by a falling rock. You notice that that falling rock killed me.
I'll probably still take an intentional death just for practice purposes. Guys, to deal a lot of damage. I don't want to go in here. I don't want to go in here. Where are the rocks? Here we go. Okay.
Hit. They actually do a ton of damage, and if I had tried to kill myself on the snakes instead, it would have taken longer. It would have taken a few hits. Okay, so let's skip this harp, because that would turn enemies into mallets, and we don't want them to be mallets. We want to be shooting them and getting the hearts. I've already killed 3 of them, that's 4 of them, and I got all 4 hearts. There's 5. So you see, it's going to be very easy to get to 10. That's 6, 7, missed that one, that's fine. 8, it's 9, see, I'm going back for it, even though it took me a second. Duck under that. And 10, I can't, oh, okay, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get that heart. Sometimes it's lodged in the block. We got 10 already. Once you get to this part of the level, those falling rocks stop spawning, and I'm not as interested in killing these types of enemies. I'll kill them anyway if they're in my way, but, you know, I'm mostly interested in the rocks because they're the 500 point ones. Alright, some more falling rocks here. We'll kill some if they're in our way. Grab the heart. That's a good one. So, we're in pretty good shape on points now. That hit is fine because we're going to get a chalice. I recommend taking this lower route because you can get that chalice that I just grabbed. You know, if you go up top, no chalice. I'm going to do the rapid fire shots on these because they take 2 or 3 hits.
Those frogs might not be in your way.
Honestly, I think this stage is easier than some of the stages we've been through. So if you've made it this far, I think that you're going to be alright.
World 2 overall as a whole, I think, is easier. Or at least 2-1.
There's a group of enemies coming up here that I'm just going to jump through and take a hit. Because, remember, they take 2 or 3 shots to kill
Maybe
them,
I'm thinking of
and I think dealing with them would be kind of slow.
No, I think 2-2 has another upgrade, if I remember correctly.
Take a hit.
It's been a while.
Alright, be careful here.
I think that's the one that's at the beginning of the level.
Not going in any other doors until I get to the one that I want.
So if that's the case, then I'll just keep going. I was not stopping because I thought I'd see the upgrade. I thought I'd see him grab the upgrade, so I kept watching, but apparently it's further into the level than that. Oops. Oh, I don't want that heart because there's a harp right there. I killed one at least. I killed 5. Grabbed 4 hearts. 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I should be fine. Oh, that slows you down. I didn't realize that. Actually, you probably don't need to duck shoot. Or crouch shoot, I guess. Those frogs. Where did he go? He went over. Okay, he's over here.
You can actually just walk off that. I'm gonna duck under this shot here. And, alright, this is the door that we want. So here we go.
Okay, so I see no reason why I didn't get this, so... Yep, that one's a lot easier than the 1-2-1.
We get our strength upgrade. We've got enough of those hidden points. And grab this thing. We change colors, and if I pause now, you're going to see that I have 3 icons, 3 little arrow icons next to where it says strength. That's going to be our final strength upgrade for the game. And it's going to help a lot on the second boss. Be careful here, because these enemies jump out of the ground. And that's it for stage 2.
Oh wow, that's the whole level. Jesus. It's an easy level. Easy and short. F5.
At the very beginning of stage 2 too, you'll notice that there's a door right in front of you. I'm going to try to jump over it and not go in there, because we're trying to avoid any unnecessary doors. It just is sort of a time sink. We're going to have a lot of doors to skip here and a lot of tricky jumps. Luckily, there's no enemies in this part of the stage.
Well, he's actually not
if
teaching
you get
the
up
screen
on
wrap.
the door, you
Unless
can
that's
do just a
2-3.
big jump, and that'll get you across these gaps.
I think that was
going to be a few of them.
I'm not sure.
Pretty soon, there's going to be some falling rock enemies. And there's going to be a little bit of a branching path where we can go up or down. And I'm going to say let's do the upper route and go in this door. So this door is a health refill.
Ooh, that's nice.
This is the first health refill station that I've taken us to. And we might do 1 or 2 more before the run is over. So you notice that when this stage...
So I'll get up to there. Oops.
Stage started, I did not do an intentional death, and that's because I knew that if I made it this far, I could get this health refill. And, you know, maybe if you get hit by a falling rock on the way here, your health might be even lower, so whatever it is, if you go here, you could fill up your health. The other option is just drop in one of those holes, intentionally die, and that'll fill you up. I do want to take a moment here just to talk about health upgrades again. In the previous stage, we just got a strength upgrade. But remember, the health upgrades are based on the points that you see when you pause. And we got the 20,000 point health upgrade earlier. The 50,000 point health upgrade is something you're probably going to find yourself getting in somewhere in World 2. You might even have it already by the time you get here. I think what's going to happen for me is I'm going to get the 50,000 upgrade in between 2-2 and 2-3. But it doesn't always work out that way. You might get it a stage earlier or a stage later. Whatever happens is fine. What I wanted to mention is if you get the upgrade and you have 3 bars available of health, intentional deaths only give you 2 bars of health. So you would not really be full. And coming here to this health refill station will fill you up no matter what, whether you've got a capacity for 2 bars or a capacity for 3 bars. So sometimes
I think it's like just situational. What's the best thing to do?
So let's continue. You can do a big jump off of here that gets us across. And just be careful about jumps. This stage is mostly going to be about jumps that can get us killed. There are going to be some enemies here, and it's okay if these touch you. They don't actually damage you at all. What those enemies do, they're thieves. They would steal a special weapon if we had one, but in this speedrun we don't get any, so it doesn't matter. I want to show you something here. I'm going to kill these enemies so I can talk about something.
What's the point he's at? I'll take this health for now, just so I can be full.
Gap that I jumped over, you can actually run across it.
Oh my god, really?
You can run across single tile gaps. Alright, so I just wanted to mention that in case you see me do it. Of course, jumping across it is also fine. So I'm going to run across that one. Alright, some jumps here can be a little tricky. Notice I took a hit there because I was doing this jump and the enemies were in the way. If I had tried to dodge that enemy in midair, there's a possibility that I might have just fallen to my death. So it's better to get hit by an enemy than fall. This area is icy, of course, so you have to be careful about that. We talked about ice a little bit in stage 1-2. Remember, besides being slippery, the other thing that's dangerous about ice is if you press down, you're going to fall through it. So you have to be careful, especially on those lower platforms. We can kill these enemies in one hit now because we got that strength upgrade. We're going to skip the rest of the doors on this level. And sometimes I take a hit here. That's fine. These moving platforms are not slippery, so that's...
Okay, I'm gonna get to where he's at. Don't really have to worry about momentum too much right here, as far as I can tell. Because you need to keep running anyway. Okay. As long as you don't miss any jumps. Anyway. Whatever, it's practice. Okay. Actually, I'm just gonna take an intentional death here. I wouldn't doubt it, because you've played them plenty of times. I think Ocarina of Time is kind of mine. Because that's the game I kind of come back to a lot, even if it's not my favorite. Like, I've expressed many times that Ocarina of Time is far from my favorite Zelda game, but for some reason it's just the most comfortable for me to play. Maybe because I've played it so many times and I know it really well. But like Link to the Past, I know possibly even better. But for some reason, Ocarina of Time, I don't know. The reasons Ocarina of Time isn't one of my favorites though, is less how much I enjoy the game, it's more like what they did with the game. Or rather, what they did with other games after it. Because I feel like they overall made the games better, just doesn't necessarily make them more fun to play. Not that they're less fun to play than Ocarina. But yeah, that would be my comfort game. That was such a simple jump. Oh, I wanted the health. Or wait. Yeah, I'll take the health, whatever. You know, I always would have assumed Emerald was your favorite, but I guess you do like Gen 4 a lot. The Platinum doesn't really surprise me either. Hopefully I'm not taking too many hits, or I can just die. That was a good pattern. Oh, don't do that to me.
Good. Now, on these platforms, because this is a beginner tutorial, I want to remind you to be very careful about these jumps.
A master quest? That'd be pretty cool. New
there
AI scripts.
Are some pro strategies
That'd be interesting.
that you can do on this stage to kind of manipulate the stage to line up all these platforms and get everything in one cycle. But I don't think that's really a beginner strat. I think that for beginners, take each one of these jumps one at a time, And don't jump until you're confident that you're going to make the jump. You notice there's no enemies here while I'm doing those jumps, so, you know, I could take my time if I want to. And we're most of the way through the level. I think that as long as you're careful about some of these jumps, you should be fine on this. Alright, I'm gonna wait here. Be careful for the slippery ice. And we're almost done with the moving platforms. I'm gonna go ahead and jump there. Skip this door. Single tile gap, I'm just gonna run across it. Well, I ran across it at a bad time because there was an enemy popping out, but that's fine. Alright, and that...
Alright, pretty simple. Hard level, though. My save state here. I was the regular color at first, for like a second. I barely made that. At least there's no enemies here. I think the hard part of the level is the first half. Dang it. Oh, I was regular color again. Different strategies, so not just buffing them, but actually like making them different. Because the easy route to do would just be to buff them and then leave it like that. That's kind of the lazy route. Pretty good. Oh, I just barely got it. I literally just barely got it. I got it by a hair. Exactly 50,000. Jesus Christ.
That's it for stage 2 too. And here comes the health upgrade. So we made it to stage 2-3, and now we got the health upgrade, so we have a capacity for 3 bars of health instead of 2. One thing you'll notice is I'm not going to do an intentional death here. The reason for that is because an intentional death only fills up 2 bars of health, and I almost have 2 bars of health anyway, so it wouldn't really do much for me. But if you get here with lower health, feel free to go ahead and do that. If you're going to do an intentional death...
I'm going to do that in this. Actually, I'm just going to have these rocks kill me. I think that's faster than falling. Well, there's this here.
Usually killing yourself on the falling rock enemies is a fast way to do that. On these jumps, let's go one at a time. Play it safe, just like on the previous stage. And then there's a snowman enemy that I want to talk about. These enemies do a lot of damage. And in particular, if you bump into their body, that does a lot of damage to you. Their projectile does a little bit less damage, so if you have to get hit by something, it's better to get hit by the projectile. But a lot of times what you can do is just try to avoid them altogether. So I'm not going to kill this thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump, duck, and try to slide. And you can actually slide under that projectile. Watch out for those other enemies too.
Pretty easy to deal with.
Okay, so we've got enough health that we can...
Or you can just do that. But there was another one next to him anyway. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what to do there, so I just stood still.
Can afford to get hit a little bit, and it'll be okay. But I'm still going to be careful on these jumps, take them one at a time. These snowmen, there are ways that you can kind of manipulate them. You can try to despawn them, this one in particular, but this is a beginner tutorial, so I'm not going to really talk too much about manipulating enemy spawns. Let's just take it one at a time and play it safe. You will notice that from one run to another, they spawn in slightly different spots. So sometimes this guy will be here, sometimes he won't. Sometimes he'll be like standing in the lava. Alright, on the next pass, I think we'll kill him. You could jump through him if you want to sacrifice the health. Alright, so yeah, so this guy here will sometimes be here and sometimes won't.
Certain stipulations, what do you mean by that? Just like puzzles?
Yeah, so this guy here will sometimes be here and sometimes won't. But we're almost through this little area. Okay. Alright, this group of enemies right here.
So it looks like he takes the slow way. I might try going for the just walking in the lava, but I don't know if I'm comfortable with that at the moment. Oh, you can't even scroll the screen back. I'll probably play it safe on these platforms, but as for the guy, I'll probably just take damage from the lava and then just go past him. Oh, he wasn't even there anyway, so... Okay.
Again. Here, it's kind of hard to avoid a hit, but do what you can. A lot of times these enemies will kind of stay at the top. They decided to swing down. That was a little bit weird, but a lot of times those enemies will stay up at the top. There was a little fork in the road, and you notice I take the upper route. I like this one better. One thing I'll tell you is on this jump here, you actually have to jump a little earlier than you might think. These guys can be a pain. When you're standing in between the two brambles and you're going to jump to the right, jump earlier than you expect to avoid getting hit by the bramble. I usually don't stand up here and kill these, but there is something I wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay. So, like, limitations. Or like handicaps, I think is a better word. Ooh. Yeah, I shouldn't jump too early because I can't make the jump if I jump too early. Oh, he spawned in me?
This pot that drops snakes. when I'm running across the top of one of these pots, I usually like to do a little jump, because sometimes a snake will
that literally just happened.
Be popping out, and you can actually take damage just from running across the top of it. So a little jump sometimes helps with that. Coming up here, we've got some jumps onto moving platforms that we're gonna have to be careful with. You could jump onto this platform when it's on its way up or when it's on its way down. Either way is fine. But the main thing is stay focused on the jumps and don't get distracted by these snakes. I think these snakes can really mess you up, but really, it's just like a mind game. Focus on the jumping to the platform.
Okay. Try that out. Kind of low health right now. Even lower health now. Probably start the level lower, just make sure I'm at a good amount of health. Feels good. Oh god, it's 2 o'clock in the morning already. Yeah, I definitely won't finish learning. Like, even if I don't practice, I'm definitely not going to finish learning before I have to go to bed. I should be going to bed, like, right now. But I'll just have to do it tomorrow, I guess. Continue this. Okay. Ooh, you take a lot of damage from that. Maybe I will take the safe route for that for now. Oh, okay, it despawned. Yeah. We probably wouldn't share one game. Honestly, I think a lot of our top 10 games would be a game that the other person hasn't even played. I keep trying to jump earlier, like you said, but you can't really make the jump if you jump earlier.
And if you get hit by a snake, it's not going to be that big of a deal, but if you fall in that hole, it is a big deal. So just focus on those jumps. Might take a little practice, but they're really not as bad once you do them a few times. Alright, so we've got a group of enemies here that I usually try to kill. The snowmen will sometimes be here and sometimes won't. Sometimes the snowman will be like right here where I'm standing now. So you just kind of have to react to wherever they are. I try to go through this area a little bit quickly because there are some enemies that spawn out of the ground, like that one, and it's better to just get through quickly. I'm going to do these jumps one at a time. We're almost finished with moving platforms, for this stage at least. These jumps, be a little careful here. You could do these one at a time if you want, or if you're comfortable with it, you could just jump over 2 gaps all at once, like I just did. Let's watch out for these enemies coming out of the ground. These falling rocks here.
You kill these guys? That list is probably still pretty accurate. I feel like I'd probably change a couple things though. Maybe. I'd have to look at the list again. I don't remember everything I said. I just went completely past where he was.
They can kind of mess you up on these next set of jumps. So you know, be careful. You might want to slow down and kill 1 or 2 of the falling rocks. Once you get a little bit further, the falling rocks stop spawning, and then you have this new set of enemies to deal with instead. Alright, so the snowmen, like I said, they spawn a little bit randomly, and this one's in kind of a bad position. I'm going to try to just jump over him, I think. I think that was probably the best course of action there, because they do take a lot of hits. Duck under the projectile. I'm going to try to rapid fire kill that guy. Let's jump over this one and duck under the projectile.
I think a lot of this game is just analyzing the situation and reacting accordingly, instead of actually like knowing what to do at specific times.
Now we enter stage 2-4, which is the second of the fortress or dungeon levels. Stage 2-4 is another stage where we're going to have to do one of those wall clips like we did in stage 1-4. So we'll talk about that a little more when we get to the room. But yeah, we're going to be doing an interesting route through this stage. We're not going to do the intended route. It's a really nice shortcut that I want to do. But before I do any of that, I need to address my health situation. It's really low, so what do we do when our health is low? We do an intentional death. In the very next room, you could just let these guys hit you. It looks like I'm going to have to get hit twice. If your health is maybe at like 1 bar, where you think these guys are going to have to hit you like 7 or 8 times or something, another option would have been go down and then go left, and that room has some lava and some stronger enemies that might kill you a little bit faster. Either way, whatever you do, try to get here with 2 bars or more of health.
Alright, well that's definitely not enough.
And, okay, so the first part of the stage is pretty straightforward. I'm going to go down, and then I'm going to go right. If you get hit once in each of these rooms, that's okay. Try not to get hit multiple times in one of those rooms.
Let's go to the shop over here. 1 hit. And 1 hit. Yeah, I wouldn't share any of those games. So no, not a single game would be the same. I've played... Wait, PSMD. Oh, it's Super Mystery Dungeon. I have literally only played one of those games, and it was only like half of it. But you could probably count CTR, I suppose, sort of. I mean, I haven't played the story mode. The other game would be Shovel Knight. Oh, and Crash 2. And yeah, that's it. Crash 2, like half of Shovel Knight, and like the multiplayer in CTR. So I've played even less of your list than you have of mine.
Get to a shop. So this is the first shop that we've actually been in, and we have lots of money. Now you might not have 549 hearts. We're not planning out the route that precisely. You might have more or less. One thing I want to say is, here's a chalice, gives us 1 bar of health. Here's the bottle. So the bottle acts a little bit like a fairy in Zelda, where if we take so much damage that we die, then the bottle kicks in. Well, the bottle gives us 1 bar of health also, just like a chalice, but it's basically a chalice that takes effect when you die. It only gets used once. You might also say it's like a reserve tank in Super Metroid, except it only gets used once. Can't refill it. The items that the shopkeeper has are random, so if I leave and come back in, you might have something different.
High on health, but at that point you wouldn't really buy a healing item, probably.
Okay, so there's no bottle this time. I guess what I want to say here is you could buy a chalice, that's going to give you 1 bar immediately, or you could buy the bottle if you can afford it with at least 350. And the bottle's really convenient, because maybe you luck out and you don't need the health right now, and then you get to keep the bottle and use it sometime later in World 3.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The disadvantage to the bottle is that you might not have 350 hearts when you get here. Either way is going to be fine. I think I'm going to buy the chalice, but I guess if you can afford the bottle, it's a good idea, but I'm going to buy the chalice.
You probably don't need hearts for anything else other than this, so may as
well
buy the bottle since I have a lot of hearts.
I feel like you might not always get the bottle, so I just want to show you the chalice.
That's true. I was a Nintendo kid, not a Sony kid, so that's kind of probably why a lot of our favorite games aren't the same, because a lot of our favorite games is games we grew up with.
So we need to go right again, so I'm going to duck and slide under all of this. So you can do that all in just one nice motion like
I'll buy the bottle. That's a really quick screen change.
Like that. It's really not bad. Or take it slower if you need to. The very next room is where we're going to need to do a wall clip. So this...
Alright. At least I'm getting better at the wall clips.
Definitely
so
looks different from the 1-4 room that did.
Oh, you gotta do it on the lava, though.
I'm gonna make a save state here so we can talk about this a little bit. The block that I'm standing on right now is the brick that we need to do a wall clip through. Basically, our goal is to get to the right half of the screen and go down that ladder. So maybe I'll try to show you this trick first. It might take me a few tries, but I'll try to show you the trick first, and then I'll talk about it some more. Alright, that was close. There it is. Alright, second try, and we're through. Let me load the save state, but we go down this ladder next. Okay, just like in stage 1-4, you're doing the same inputs basically, where you need to jump to the correct height. I'm just showing the jump height right now. Remember we talked about this, how you want to jump almost high enough to get up on top of the brick. You also need to jump from the right spot. So I jump from right about here. I'll show you this in slow motion in just a moment. And then once you get in the block, you need to turn around. Okay, so when I show you this in just a moment, I'll show it a few times. I'll do the slow motion thing, and I'll show it to you zoomed in a little, and maybe that'll help. But it's the same type of trick as 1-4. It's is attention to where I'm jumping from.
Where are you jumping from? Okay, so basically right there. At least there's no enemies to deal with, like the last one. It's just the lava. Okay. This one's gonna be trickier for sure. Because there's not really as much of a visual cue for where I'm going. Okay, like right... I need some sort of cue. Let me pause this. So like, right there? Gotta get the jump height too. Oh, I almost got that. For some reason, I'm not turning right. We both have 4 RPGs on our lists. So like, yeah. That's a little sin. Like right here. Ah, nice. I think I was just, like, not high enough on the block. That's why I wasn't getting it. I'm not turning around like I'm supposed to be, though. Nice. Oh, I can tell this one's gonna be a pain.
Sliding through the bricks, and you're gonna wrap around the screen. You actually don't have to press anything while that's happening. It'll just automatically wrap you around. But if you'd like once the trick is kind of in progress, you can hold left, and it'll move you through a little bit faster.
Oh, well... It looks like you still do.
Okay.
No, you still turn around for it. Maybe that's not what he meant. Alright, well now I gotta get it again. Could have gotten that had I turned around. For some reason my right input isn't going through. Just get it once, that's all I'm trying to do. There we go. That's what I'm using, right? F7. Oh shoot. I saved over my 2-3. Yeah, that's 2-2 and that's 2-4. I saved over my 2-3. Dang it. Okay. Okay, Chrono Trigger and Super Mario World I actually have played. I probably would put Chrono Trigger on my honorable mentions. Maybe. Actually, Super Mario World I might put on mine too. I like both of those games a lot. 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, 2-1, 2-2. Yeah, I don't have my 2-3. That's fine. I shouldn't need to practice that level that much anyway. It's not too hard. I'll just get another save. Well, in that case, that's my 2-2. I will... Okay, so there's my 2... Okay, so I'll save this to F8, and then I'll save this to F7. So now F5 is my 2-2, F7 is my 2-4, and then F6 will be my 2-3. And that's my current one. Okay, cool.
Okay, so if you start slow, press anything while that's happening, it'll just automatically... You're gonna soft... I don't want to show you that right now, but I'm just saying during the wrapping from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen, don't press jump. Don't press anything if you don't want to, but if you want to press anything, the only thing you should be doing is holding left to speed it up a little. There's one more thing I want to talk about. So you've probably noticed in Kid Icarus, sometimes when you jump into the lava, you don't take any damage. Like right there, I didn't take any damage, and right there I did.
I think I know how that works.
It might seem like it's random to you whether you take damage or not.
It's on a global cycle. I think it like damages you on every like certain frame or something.
No damage.
What I understand.
And that time I did take damage. It's not random though. There's actually a global counter or global timer that I think it's every 32 frames, if I'm not mistaken. Every 32 frames it checks to see if you're in contact with the lava and it will do damage to you.
I would like pretty confidently say it's not in my top 10. Like I really like the game a lot. I don't know if I like it that much though. Top 15, maybe. Probably not top 10. Definitely top 20.
You jump in and jump out, and you're not on that 30-second frame, then you won't take any damage. If you want to, we could try to use this to our advantage. So let's go to this room to the left. This is the room that we came from, and these spike things are also on a global timer. So I'll show you a little timing trick here. If we enter the door to the right at the right moment, we could try to avoid taking damage from the lava. It's not foolproof, but it'll help a little bit. Okay, so of these 4 spikes, let's look at the 4th one, the one that's closest to me. I'm going to try to enter the door when the spike is on its way back up, like just when the spike starts going back up. Okay, that's good timing. You notice that when I first jumped into the lava, I didn't take any damage. So I basically got one free attempt at the trick. I did wind up taking damage because I failed the trick and fell back in the lava, but I didn't take any damage from the lava the first time. Let's do this again.
I'll have to remember that.
4th spike. Full attempt at to do this every time you attempt the trick. And if the trick takes you, 10 tries or something, it's a little bit slow to do this every time. But, right there I got hit by the lava once.
It's probably worth doing that. Because then you don't take so much damage, and you actually get to try it a few times.
Getting hit by it twice. That's good timing. And that time I got it. So actually, I got through the trick that time without taking any damage on that attempt. So, I'll point out that of these 4 spikes, I've been focusing on the 4th one. You could actually do the same exact timing trick with the 2nd spike. So the 2nd or the 4th. I'm going to look at the 2nd spike. It's on its way back up. Whoops, I kind of messed up there, but I didn't take any damage. 2nd spike, on its way back up. Alright, so you saw that when I first jumped in the lava, I didn't take any damage. I fell back in and took a hit. It's up to you if you want to use this or not.
I'll probably use that.
You know, be a little careful though. You don't want to like just be pacing around in the lava, taking like constant damage. You want to be like jumping in and jumping out, and try to avoid some damage because you can very quickly go through all your. If you practice. But yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say about it. Just practice, practice, practice. What else? You know, we got that chalice or the bottle. That's gonna help out a little more when we get to 3. Room layout is similar to this one, but there's no lava. So the room that we're in right now is the only time we ever have to do a wall clip standing in lava. It is kind of a scary trick, but I know you can get it with some practice. All right, let's continue on. That shortcut let us skip a lot of the dungeon, and we're actually pretty close to the boss already. So make your way through there. Those rooms are not too bad. I don't know if I need to go back and talk about that more, but I feel like those spike rooms are not too bad. Over here, usually I won't have this much money. I guess if you have enough and you can afford it, you could buy a chalice or a bottle here. But I'm going to skip it because I feel like usually I wouldn't have this much money. The very next room is going to be Eggplant Wizards. But the good news is that this is the only time we're going to see Eggplant Wizards in the speedrun.
Oh, thank God.
So watch what I do when I enter. I'm going to enter the room and move to the left a little bit to a safe spot. Right here. This is a safe spot. I could stand here all day and I won't get hit. I'm assuming you've played this game before and you know these Eggplant Wizards turn you into an eggplant, and it's an ordeal. You don't want to get touched by those projectiles. I would recommend that when you get in this room, get to this safe spot.
I'll get over there. I don't have enough Coach Palace. Okay.
And kill this one. Okay.
Oops.
And I'm gonna continue up here, and I'm gonna kill this one, but I'm gonna do this from underneath where it's pretty safe. And we're gonna go up the ladder. But I'll do this room a couple more times just to show you. Make a save state here, maybe. Go through the room, get to this little safe spot, kill this one, wait for the projectile to not be in the way, and just, you know, nice and safe. You do not want to get touched by one of those things. And we make our way up the ladder. Save state so I can show it again. There is something that I want to point out here. When I get to this safe platform here.
Super Metroid. Yeah, I definitely put that in my top 10. OT, I'd probably put in top 20.
Watch what happens if I try to do a rapid fire.
I should make like a top like 30 or whatever.
Alright, it took more hits that time. I'll show you again. What was that, 6 shots? I think it took 7 shots to kill him. But if I shoot him slower, it takes 4 shots. So, Kid Icarus is kind of funny that way. The speed at which you fire your shots can affect how many hits it takes. The reason I'm saying that is because you don't want to be like 1, 2, 3, 4 and then go. You want to fire your shots and make sure the thing is dead before you jump over, because it might take a 5th shot. You might even want to shoot a little bit slower to guarantee that it's going to happen in 4 shots. whatever you do, make your way through this room and go up the ladder. And we're done with Eggplant Wizards. I'm gonna kill these things because they're in the way. Them once.
Oh shoot, I didn't say state.
Before we even start attacking this boss, let's talk a little bit about the patterns. I think it's a good idea to just practice moving around this room. Practice dodging the boss, get used to its movement, learn where you want to stand, learn where the safe spots are. Just spend a couple minutes practicing just jumping around, because I think what you'll find is that this boss can be remarkably safe. I mean, you could play it really safe. You could stay in here all day and not get hit if you're careful. You know, you could jump over the boss, you could go under the boss. If you get used to this, it's gonna help us a lot in this fight. All right, so let's start attacking though. Enough of that. So you can do jump shots, you can do vertical shots, horizontal shots. You've got a little life meter for the boss at the bottom, and you can keep an eye on its health, so you'll know how you're doing. But yeah, this boss fight can be really safe if you practice it a bit and practice moving around the room. It's when you try to rush too much and you try to play this boss fight too aggressively that you wind up taking a bunch of damage. And it's a trade-off. You know, of course, you want to go fast. This is a speed run, but you also don't want to get killed. You know, we bought that chalice earlier, or maybe you bought a bottle instead, but you might have lost a bunch of health trying to do the wall clip in the lava, so you don't want to die in this room. One thing you might want to do, if you want to try this a little bit more aggressively, is try to do the rapid fire shots. Like that was two in one jump.
I'll probably go for those where it's safe.
That was 2. I think it's not too bad. It just like anything else, it does take some practice. I'm gonna load my save state here. Do it one more time. We'll just do it one more time. Hopefully, depending on how much health you have, you know, try to get in lots of safer. You know, so keep an eye on your health. Maybe every once in a while.
I think after this level, I'll probably call it there. It's pretty late. I was gonna go until 3, but I'm getting kind of tired, and I do have work tomorrow. Not in the morning or anything, but I don't want to like wake up too late and then end up not having that much time before I need to leave. So, and this is, since we're finishing off an area, this is a good stopping point. So
look at the boss's health. If you take some damage, that's fine. I mean, just like any other level, we could do an intentional death at the start of the next one. We could just kill ourselves and get back to 2 bars. Honestly, there's a pretty good chance we're gonna do that.
Death that you can do
in a
right
beginner
before.
run. So
I don't know if he's gonna go over that, but you can like die right before the fight actually ends, and then enter the next level with 0 health, and then when you take damage, it rolls back to full health again. But you also have to be kind of low health for that.
Notice that there are some platforms that I'm not using at all. Like, I never use the one all the way to the far left or the far right. I'm not using it all the way to the far.
Looks like he's not going to go over that. Alright. Well, I know how to do that, though, so. Oh, weird. It's making a different sound for me. Jump. Oh, God. I have the bottle at least. Yeah, I'll definitely try to play this boss safe for now. I'm not really good at it right now. Not too bad though. Oh, I died too early. That might not be the safest thing to go for because I don't know how long exactly. Not that it matters, I was gonna start over anyway because I was gonna punch the boss. Nice. Yeah, it takes me forever to kill this boss. The lava's dealing more damage to me than anything else. That was good. Good combo. I swear sometimes I shoot it and it doesn't do anything. I wonder if it'd help at all to use the mallets to free some of the whatever they're called, angels, before this fight. Wonder if those would help at all. I swear, I'm shooting it. It's not doing anything. I'll make a save state for this. I'm not gonna learn this quite yet. I'll make a state for it at least. Okay, yeah. I might actually do a run up to, like, here. Just so that I kind of, like, remember what to do. Like, I don't want to, like, practice necessarily yet. I just want to just, like, make sure I kind of remember what I'm doing. So I might do that, and then that might be the end. I'm not going to time it or anything. I just want to, like, you know, get everything down. So I'll do that. Or no, I mean I'm gonna practice these anyway, these levels. So I should probably wait until I actually practice them. Then I'll definitely be able to tell if I have them down. Yeah, I'll do that actually. I'm not gonna bother going all the way. Who knows how long it's gonna take me. So I have a save state for that and for that. And this is gonna be for 2-3. I'll worry about getting my save for that back when I practice 2-1. But I didn't really get all that much practice in or even be able to finish learning, but I made some decent progress. I should be able to finish tomorrow. I'll finish, because I only got 1 world left. There's still 4, but like, that's only 1 level, so I should, World 3, I don't remember being that hard casually, so it shouldn't be too hard to learn the run for it. Honestly, like, how long have I been going for? Oh wow, 3 hours. A good bit of that was spent in World 1, because that's a hard world. So hopefully it shouldn't take too long to finish the rest, to finish learning the rest of the run, and then practice each individual level, and then finally do runs. I should be able to do that tomorrow. I'll probably do that tomorrow night when I come back from work. Most likely. But yeah. Oh, I'm tired. But I got plenty done, so I don't feel too bad about staying up kind of late. A little bit later than I usually do. Okay. Twitch. Host. Host Lemrez, I guess. They're playing Persona 5 casually, which is a game I've never played before, so that'll be cool. But yeah. So probably stream for once I actually kind of know what I'm going to stream next, most likely. So yeah, that'll probably be tomorrow night when I get back, which will be around the same time. Yeah, good night.